I remember Tampa, the way she used to be, the places we would run to, the faces we would see. Yes, I remember Tampa, with precious memories, a city rising on the move, a simple yet progressive groove. Yes, I remember Tampa, she remembers me.
Welcome to the Tampa Native Show. Stay tuned now for the most entertaining 60 minutes from the studios at TBCN. Join your hosts, Mario Nunez and Steve Canella, as they celebrate growing up in Tampa. From Shock Armstrong to Shakey's Pizza, from Braddock Street to Buffalo Avenue. Get ready to call in and tell us your stories, because sharing your memories has never been this much fun. And now, Mario Nunez and Steve Canella.
She remembers me.
And she remembers me. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Mario Nunez. I'm seated alongside my co-host and partner,
Steve Canella, a.k.a. Tampa Steve.
and of course,
Hello,
the
it's me.
15-minute
I'm back.
girl.
We're back.
We're back
Welcome
at
back.
TBCN. It feels so good, so
Fun.
rich to be back. We're going to have a great season. We anticipate all kinds of fun and hijinks. We were talking about it before we went on the air tonight, and just kind of reminiscing for a minute and trying to come up with the essence of what it is that makes this place here a little special to us. Steve, we were talking about it in pre-production this week. What were some of the elements and some of the components?
Well, one of the components I'm thinking is the green screen behind us here. We have the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
It's a medley of photos. And I think what happens is when people are watching the show from home, they may be afraid to get up and maybe go grab something to eat out of the refrigerator, maybe go to the restroom because they're afraid they're going to miss a picture in the background.
And the pictures
That's my
are
theory, anyway.
amazing. No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
and I think you're absolutely right, because you know it's a feast for the eyes.
There you go.
I think one of the things that's important too is the fact that we've got this telephone right here in front of us on the table.
Good point.
And as many of you know that are our fans that have been with us since the beginning, we're going to activate this phone line here in just a little bit, and it's going to get to be a lot of fun when we have the phone lines lit. The two lines that we have, we can see them, we can dispatch the calls, we can keep the show moving. This is a wonderful feature. Darling, do you have something to add?
Yes, I do. We're back on live television, which
Well,
is
wait a minute.
awesome.
Is this live TV? Are we on TV?
Let's hope so.
Don't drop anything.
That's channel 30 Verizon, channel 950 on Bright House, channel 20 on Comcast, and I haven't met anybody who has Comcast. But you're also watching us, if you're watching us now on Ustream, that comes at you via tbcn.org, tbcn.org, and of course that's on the World Wide Web from anywhere in the world. Once you get to that landing page, then of course you click Watch Us, it drops you right into the stream. And we're just so happy to be back. You know, it's been about, well, our last show was, let's see, Valentine's Day. It's been maybe about 6 or 7 months that we've been here at TBCN, the studios of Tampa Bay Community Network, and we've got the band together.
Yes.
We're trying to, this is where we cue the director. We've got the band together.
I think he's coming into the studio.
And we're going to give everybody a chance to say hello to
Jeff.
our dear friend and our producer, Mr. Jeff Haynes. He's going to walk into our shot here so everybody can get a look at him.
The man behind the curtain.
The man literally behind the curtain, the great and powerful. There he is.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's Jeff Haynes. Everybody say hello to Jeff when you call us later today. A man for whom without we couldn't complete our duties, that's for sure. Thank you, Jeff.
Now they know who he is.
Hey, let's take care of a little bit of business here right quick. You know, our show is ever evolving, and we've added some new wrinkles this season. We've added some features. I'm going to put on my glasses, forgive me, so that I can read this. One of the new features is going to be a question of the week, where we typically pit one thing against another thing, ask our callers to give us their opinion when they do finally call in. The second thing we're going to do is a new feature this week. It's Tony Zapponi's Tampa Trivia. Tony Zapponi is a Tampa native and someone who is very well known in our area. Tony's had an exquisite life, started very, very young, was very fortunate enough to have incredible access to John Fitzgerald Kennedy, JFK, 4 days before his assassination as a 16-year-old cub reporter with a Brownie camera. And Tony has promised to give us a trivia question each week about Tampa exclusive. Nice part about that, answer the question in the allotted time via telephone. Tony's going to send you a $10 gift certificate.
It's pretty good.
If you missed the question this week, we're going to give you the answer, and then Tony will give you another question next week. Okay, that's our second feature. Our third feature is going to be something we call the 15-Minute Girl Special Announcement. So our 15-Minute Girl will be giving you that announcement probably about 30 minutes into the show. And of course, lastly, our feature that everybody eagerly awaits every week, and the reason that you give us a call, is our Bolita drawing. This week we've got various and sundry t-shirts to give away, and we'll be doing that towards the end of the show. Steve, I've got here in my notes that recently you had the occasion to join the Italian Club. Tell our viewers a little bit about that.
I sure did. In fact, it was a great occasion. I joined in December, and ever since then, I've been going to the events and the socials and having a great time. Met a lot of people. And I'd like to say one thing real quick, too, about the, the Italian Club is one of our sponsors now for the show.
Absolutely.
And we went to talk to the board meeting, Mario and I, and before the meeting started, Mario looked up on the wall and saw a picture frame with individual pictures of the original board, actually the third board, I think the late 1800s, 1890s. Mario said, "Hey, Steve, that's your great-grandfather up there."
I said, I don't know if this fellow's related to you, Steve, but he's got your last name.
It's Giorgio Canella, my great-grandfather, came here in 1892 from Sicily. And there, sure enough, he's a consigliere of the Italian Club in 1890s, I believe, late 1890s.
What a neat legacy. And the DNA is strong, folks. I got to tell you, if you ever get the occasion to go in there and walk in that building, go into the boardroom, look at that picture. Because that old fellow looks a lot like this fellow right here.
I have his eyes, or he has my eyes.
Yeah. No, it's a great photograph. They had the frame redone, and Steve Canella's great-grandfather, his grandfather Nino, his father Giorgio.
Very exciting.
Pretty cool stuff. And thank you to the Italian Club and to Mr. Capitano, to Sal, and everybody over there for stepping up and being one of our new sponsors. We certainly appreciate you sponsoring us, partnering with us, and we know that we're going to have a long and a very fruitful relationship. Lots of events going to be taking place over at the Italian Club.
Fun stuff.
We've got a brand new website that's just about ready to launch. Steve is putting the finishing touches on it. Steve, want to just tell them a little bit about that, what they can expect and what they'll be able to see there?
Well, absolutely. You can see all the old shows, and we're going to each week we're going to upload within 48 hours after the show, that most recent show. So within 24 to 48 hours you'll be able to see it if you missed it. Of course, if you miss it, you can always watch the replay on Tuesday nights, which we'll talk about. You'll have you click on sponsors. You'll see all of our sponsors, and when you click their logos, you'll see more information too. But we're real proud to have all the sponsors, and we're going to talk about them a little bit as well. But
we've got that list coming up in just a little bit.
Absolutely. You can see all the old shows from back in 2010 when we started.
Wow.
2010.
Yeah, how about that?
You know, it's amazing to think about it because this is about we've lost the exact track, but I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of about 50 or 51 episodes.
I can't believe it.
Of the Tampa Native Show. This is our 5th season, and this September 1st we'll celebrate 2 years of being on the air. Quite an accomplishment for a little show. That could. Thank you, 15-Minute Girl. That was lovely. That was lovely. And what you see behind us there is a pretty cool little, we can't really call it a logo, but we can call it an icon. That comes to you via the talents of the great Dan Perez. Thank you, Jeff. So everybody can get a good look at that. And you know, it screams.
Says everything we need to say.
It screams everything Tampa Native Show. It's the vintage television. It's the rabbit ears. You see the Tampa Theater, which is an icon, Steve.
You know, when I see that picture, I can almost see the opening credits for Get Smart or The Munsters.
Of course.
Or Mr. Ed. You know,
of
it just
course.
brings back that
or the Andy Griffith Show.
There you
I
go.
mean, you can see it there, and it captures the essence of what it is that we do here each and every week on the Tampa Native Show.
We just have a lot of fun, actually.
Dan Perez, you're one talented man, and we appreciate you being in our corner. We've got another thing that we wanted to talk about real quick, and that is, Steve, I've got here in my notes that you've got something planned for the 22nd. Can you tell everybody what you're going to be doing on the 22nd?
I do have something planned.
Tell me.
I can't wait. On the 22nd, I'm going to be at the Rays game, Rays versus Twins. I'm going to be in the Papa John's bullpen area. It's the area where you can walk around. There's tables.
Now, hold on a minute. You're talking about Sunday, the 22nd of April.
I sure am.
But 2 weeks into the 2012 baseball season,
just 2 weeks.
Carlos Pena is back. You're telling me that that's in the right field kind of section there?
You know, Mario, it is. In fact, it's so close to the Rays bullpen that if the new pitcher gets called up, I may just take that phone call.
I hope you do take that phone call, and I hope whoever's phone has been left on here on the set doesn't keep ringing because somebody forgot to turn.
It's not mine. I turned it off.
It may very well be mine.
Silence.
My apologies if it is
That's
mine.
live TV.
So don't anybody call me, please, during the show because I'll have to get up and answer it.
Do not call.
But on the 22nd, so let me ask you this, Steve, because this is an important question. Maybe our fans might want to know. Are there tickets still available?
Good question. The tickets are available, and
Well, how does someone like myself find out about, say, getting a ticket? Because I want to join you guys.
I know.
I mean, I know the Tampa Natives group is a pretty fun group.
Oh, we're going to be.
And we hear tell that
exactly.
those that show up are going to be getting a hat that looks
Very
just
similar.
like this, all for the price of the admission, and something else with the price of the admission. I understand it's a catered event. So, without further ado, how do I find out about that?
Well, how about that comment line?
Oh, our comment
Yeah.
line. Wow, Steve, you're on your game today.
Yeah, so are
well,
you.
we've got a brand new comment line that we're going to tell you about right now because it's just as good a time as any. And Jeff will be on the spot with that number. We've got a brand new comment line dedicated exclusively for the show. What's that comment line for, you might ask? Well, it's for asking questions like, hey, Mario, how did we get tickets for that Rays game event you mentioned just a moment ago on the show tonight? Or perhaps you have a comment like, hey, Steve, we love that show you did on wrestling, pro wrestling here in Tampa. When are you going to have another one? Or maybe something like a complimentary cheer like, hey, congratulations to the 15-minute girl. Look, she's sitting here at the big table. A rose aside two thorns. Excuse
I'll
me.
say.
And if you have a jeer, and
Thanks
we're
a
not
lot.
expecting too many jeers, but let's say you have a jeer and you just want to say, hey, we wish that Tampa Native show was on more than once a week. Well, lo and behold,
It is.
it is. It's on twice a week. You're watching us live right now, Thursday at 7 o'clock. But it's also on Tuesday night, the replay of this very show. Tuesday night, Steve, what channel?
Channel Tuesday nights is going to be Bright House 949 and Verizon 36.
So a little bit of a change
little
there.
different.
You might want to note that change. Tonight you're watching us live, Verizon channel 30, and the replay is on channel.
The replay is on channel 36
And Bright House tonight is live on 950.
and 949 for the replay.
So subtle little difference, same great show. Write that down, Steve. I just hit something there. Subtle little difference, same great
We
show.
may have to use that next week.
Yeah, I know, right? Things happen like that. All right, so let's talk a moment about our new sponsors. Let's talk a moment about our sponsors and give our
Absolutely.
sponsors a gigantic verbal shout-out, hug. One of those big
A
hugs.
digital hug. How about that?
A digital hug, because today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, a kind of special Friday, because it's actually a
Good
very
Friday.
good Friday. And we'd like to say thank you to Alessi Bakery for being a part of our partner sponsorship, to La Unión Italiana for stepping up also, to Wright's Sandwich. I'm doing okay. I'm
Easy
doing
for him to say.
Yeah, Wright's Gourmet
Gourmet
House.
Stand.
No, it's Gourmet
Gourmet
House.
House,
Let's
that's
get it
right.
right.
That's
Wright's
right.
Gourmet House.
Wright's Gourmet House.
Right there on the corner of Watrous and Dale Mabry. Stamatacus, Thalgy, and Bonanno. Stamatacus, which is a mouthful, Thalgy and Bonanno. And I'm going to get that so good before the end of the season. Thank you all for being there as well. Amaryllis Sandwiches and More, who's always there with us, Juan and Amy.
Thank you, Juan
Santayana.
and Amy.
Cacciatore Brothers.
Cacciatore Brothers.
That's family, right? That's
Actually,
kin.
my cousin, Phil Cacciatore.
To PJ
Very
Testa
excited.
Accounting for always being with us. Also, Constantino and Company, Frank Constantino. South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic. Dr. Tom Aguero, thank you. And
Housewife Bake Shop.
Housewife Bake Shop.
Tony
I keep
Peroni.
up
Well,
my
we're
piece.
getting off to a great start.
Housewife Bake Shop. And Tony Peroni.
Oh, we can't
Thank-
forget Mike's Delivery Service.
And Mike's Delivery
Delivery.
Service as well. Mike's Delivery Service, owner-operator Mike Baluha. We also have some personal contributors that we need to go ahead and give a
Yes.
shout-out to at this very moment. That would be one Mr. Frank Cueto. Frank Cueto, thank you. Ronnie DeRigo. Ronnie, thank you for being always there for us. Chefs Dave Del Rio and George Tamargo.
Thank you.
Henry and Raul Castillo. Henry and Raul Castillo, better known as Kiki and Raul. Thank you. Mr. Copeland More, you as well. Phil and Carmen Nunez for your love and support. Mike and Kathy White, thank you all. And
Thanks.
if you'd like to help us keep this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show on the air and make a personal contribution, I don't know why that's not something that's a good
Anybody
thing.
can do it.
No,
Anybody
it's-
can do
it's-
it.
Of course
We're
they
doing
can.
really good so far, and we really do appreciate
And
all
we
of our
appreciate it.
sponsors
Join
so
our
much.
family. Join our family if it's something that you'd like to do. That's what that comment line is all about. And you can also reach out to us. Our email address is
Show at tampanatives.com. And this is a preservation effort, so your contributions are definitely.
and we're preserving
You're-
some
yeah.
pretty tremendous stories
You're,
on down the road. I mean,
Absolutely.
we took a little sampling. We took recently inventory of the shows that we had done. One of the most recent shows that we did was with Tampa legend Marcelo Maceda, who we lost here recently. And we watched the show the other day, and I'll tell you, it's one of those shows that we're so happy and grateful that we had a
Fills your
chance
heart.
to have him with us. You know, the likes of his kind we'll probably never see again here
Probably
in
not.
Tampa. He was a one-of-a-kind, larger-than-life person, and as generous as anybody could imagine. And those are the kinds of things that we do here at the Tampa Native Show each and every week. And sometimes we get really, really lucky, and we get somebody like Marcelo Maceda to come on and grace are set. So
We've had lots of really.
we're having a great time. Hey, let's talk a little bit, Steve, before we get too much further along the way, because we've got to make announcements coming up. We've got to take phone calls real quick. We talked earlier this week about images, photographs that stuck with all three of us here.
We sure
Is this
did.
a good time to talk about that?
I think it's perfect
Who
time.
goes first?
I think it's actually the 15-minute girl.
15-minute girl?
And we'll call on Jeff to bring out that.
Jeff, if you
that
don't
photo.
mind, here comes a picture. And that picture is photo number 2.
Photo number 2.
There it is.
Okay. My special memory, and I chose that picture because when I was a little girl, my best friend's father was Coach Bob Lavoie of the University of Tampa basketball team.
The Spartans.
So I was privileged to be able to sit on the court and watch so many basketball games. We met all the basketball players. They had them over to dinner. I was always invited. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful memory for me. And that always stayed with me.
And photograph number 3, and here's something that you really want to show the audience. I'm sure they're going to be interested in
Yes.
seeing this.
That's the Army-Navy surplus store. And
Who doesn't remember that?
I bought my very first pair of Navy jeans, bell-bottoms, from there, which I promptly embroidered all over. And I have them with me. My mother saved them for me. Thank you, Mom. And I brought them to show. I will never fit in these again. I don't know how I fit in them the first time.
Those are really
Here
cool.
they are. They have embroidery all over the legs. I did it all myself, and I'm just really happy that I still have them.
Those are neat.
That's the ultimate
about that?
keepsake. I think
They're old.
We used to buy our
Well, they're vintage. They're vintage, darling.
I used to go there and buy my painter's pants there, my army
Oh,
pants.
sure.
Great.
Tube socks. Remember they had tube socks everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh
a
yeah.
fun-
Big boxes
of tube socks.
I remember
Watch
that.
caps. We don't even know what watch caps were. We bought those too.
And how about the dressing rooms? It was
Oh, wow.
A
That was
little,
just a
little
curtain?
curtain.
Interesting.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, little curtain with some shower
Not a whole lot of privacy.
shower rings, but you know it's what we had back then, and we loved that
We
place.
were young. We loved it.
I
The
think
two
you're next.
images that I'll call up. Photograph number 4 is a photograph that we used in the intro. Some of you may have seen it. It's Tampa Highlight. Donnie, can I ask you to hand me that sign? We had Corky and we had Rufino on the show in season number 3. And Corky was gracious enough, thank you, darling. Corky was gracious enough to leave this with us.
that vintage
I
sign.
think between that sign here, between this sign here and that
Yeah.
image that you see behind me, there it is. You know, a lot of us spent many a Good Friday and Saturday night
Absolutely.
at that Tampa Highlight front end. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that great sadness comes over when we think about, we lost that building.
I used to
And there's
love
a
going
Home
there.
Depot there now.
Yeah, there's a Home Depot, which
That's
doesn't
not
make much
right.
sense to anybody.
That's not right.
Doesn't make much sense to anybody. That's one image that whenever I see it, it evokes a big smile and a big, full, contented heart because
Lots of
I
memories.
spent a lot of time there, not only working there, but playing there as well as an amateur highlight player. And the next image is one that Tampa natives will remember. That's of course, a very full Tampa Stadium,
Wow,
the
look at
original,
that. Look at all the cars.
before it was even the sombrero, it was open on the north and south end zone, and behind that you see, of course, the great Al Lopez Field.
Yeah.
And what you
Also
see
gone.
also is a tremendous full parking lot. I mean, that was when we were just in our fledgling state. I think that's what Mike Maluha refers to when he says a simple yet progressive groove.
Yes.
And that was the Tampa Stadium. And I've got here with me something that I've had in my possession since I was about 10 years old, so it's about 40-something years old now. And it's a piggy bank in the shape of a University of Tampa football helmet. The University of Tampa disbanded its football team in 1974, I believe, and was its last season. 1974-75, and I had this, and I cherish it. It's just a
Very
ceramic
cool.
bank, but it's in
collectible.
It's a UT football helmet. Steve,
There
what
are
do
a
you
lot
got?
of those left around. isn't
Well,
there?
let's bring up, Jeff, picture number 6. And you know, it's hard picking my 2 favorite photos because there's so many great ones. And this one here stands out the most, my favorite, all-time favorite. And basically it's because it shows how vibrant downtown Tampa was and how important it was to the center of Tampa life in general. You know, you had the movie, you went down there for movies, shopping, dinner. It was just the center
love
of
that
everything,
picture.
the hub, you might say.
Sure.
And also there's, as Johnny Sinchette, mentioned a while back, that it has a historical value to it too because of the fact that a lot of those colors you see there now were only
Yeah.
available for a couple of years. So it was a very rare photo on top of that.
It just pops, that picture.
But it does pop. And Jeff, let's go to the next one, which is number 7. I know you're going to laugh at this one, Mario.
No,
You
this is
haven't
my
seen this.
favorite photo of all time.
Okay. Well, this may sound funny, but
We knew he'd pick that picture.
the reason why this is my second favorite photo, if not a close, for the first, it depicts a time to my childhood, basically. It kind of reminds me of my childhood. Not that I ever took my picture with
Had
the
a monkey on your
Sheena the
back?
elephant, with the chimpanzee on my back. But it was a time where parents let their kids be kids.
Right.
We took the risk, and I'd leave my house at 7 in the morning as a kid during weekends or summer vacation. I wouldn't come back till dark. No cell phones, no texting. And
Yeah, how did we make it? I don't
yeah,
know,
it was just a different
Real
way of
life.
life.
How did-
We
how did-
survived,
And we survived.
and in ways we thrived.
Yeah.
And that, it's the feel from that picture more so than the photo itself. But it's a great photo.
And,
too.
and that's
It
what
is.
that's what we talk about on the show each and every week. That when we were kids, we really didn't have anything,
We were free.
but we had everything.
and safe.
And,
So
and-
true.
And we feel kind of
Good
bad
way to
for
put
kids
that.
today that may not ever know what it was like to pay 35 cents for a gallon of gas and be able to go to the Florida State Fair with $20 in your pocket and come back with change.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, if you will, just go ahead and roll through the pictures as they are at your discretion. We're a little bit behind the clock. We're going to pick the pace up a little bit. We've got our first announcement, which is the question of the week. And again, this question of the week is presented to you by Stamataka Stalgi and Bonanno. And the question of the week is simply this: TV or internet? We think we know the answer to this, but when you call in, make sure you tell us your name, where you're calling from, whether you prefer to see our show on TV or the internet, and of course your Bolita number. Darling, get your Bolita pad ready. It's underneath
My
here.
Bolita pad is right here.
Get
We
it
need
ready because
callers.
here we go. Well, we're going to give them the number now because they've been waiting. If you'll put that number up there, Jeff. Thank you once again. That's the question of the week presented by Stamataka, Stalgi, and Bonanno. TV or internet? And here comes that number. Stevie, give them that number.
That number is 813-977-6800. That's 813-977-6800.
All right, operators are standing by. Let's go for the red light. As soon as we see the red light, we're picking up the phone. We're getting Bolita numbers, callers.
Look at that. Like
of
magic.
course. Stevie, do what you do.
Magic.
You know what, Mario? Let's do it.
Here.
I can't wait.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Mickey Waldrop, and I'm calling from Sarasota.
Hey, Mickey!
Watching online,
Hi,
obviously.
Mickey.
Mickey!
How awesome.
The Mixter. Mick, tell us a little bit about the Mixter. Tell us a little bit about Sarasota.
You're number one.
First time caller, long time fan. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
And first caller tonight, so congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for christening the new show and the new time, man, here at TBCN. You're watching us online, correct?
I am. I sure am.
How's the feed?
Great.
Good?
Absolutely great.
Perfect.
Excellent. And you
You
sound...
all look tremendous, so the lighting must be perfect.
Oh,
Thank you.
we love to hear that. And you sound pretty good, too, I might add. You sound very good as well. So we decided this is Mickey. We decided he's calling from Sarasota. TV or internet?
Oh, it's got to be internet for me. We don't have it on TV down here.
Oh.
But I tell you what you need to do one Thursday. You need to come over on this side of the
Yeah.
bay. Let us say
Hang
hello to
out.
you in person. Hang
That's
out.
right.
Watch it at one of our local restaurants here that might be showing the feed. And then we'll come after the show and have something to drink with you. How's that?
Let's make arrangements to do it.
Thank you,
great.
partner. Listen, do you have a favorite Lucky Bolita number? We're going to be drawing something a little later on.
Of course I do. It's 71.
71.
baby.
I know why.
71. You got it down for 75. 71.
No, I don't. Oh, excuse me.
71 is right there, my love.
I'll get it right.
Mickey, we got you. 71, partner, and we do appreciate that. Thanks so much for being there for us. We follow
Thanks
you
for
all the
calling,
time.
Mickey.
We follow you on Facebook all the time, but we're your biggest fans.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a great show.
Thanks,
Thank
Mickey.
you.
Thank you so much.
You know,
Isn't that great?
I had a feeling this was going to happen. The
Isn't
calls.
that cool?
How
Go ahead,
cool.
Stevie, do it.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Buddy Fernandez calling.
Oh,
Hey, buddy.
Buddy-to.
How are you?
Hey, pretty good. How you doing, Steve?
Good,
Sally,
good.
Mario?
Man, we miss hearing your voice. Hey, you
buddy.
celebrating a special day today?
Special day today. I would love to wish my wonderful wife a very happy birthday. And so far, so good. You
So
know?
far, so
Good.
good. Happy birthday, Booth. Happy birthday, Tanya.
You're just youngsters.
Yeah, whippersnappers, man. We just getting started at this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We like watching you guys on the 55-inch TV. Man.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait
I'd
a
like
minute.
to see that myself.
Wait a minute. Now listen, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up now since you mentioned 55-inch TV. We issued a little bit of an advisory early on. It's a competition, if you will.
Yeah.
We're encouraging everybody out there to have a watch party. You may have heard us mention that at the top of the show. Get some people over. 3, 4 people might just win it. I mean, if you just have 4 or 5 people at your house and you take that picture, and of course the picture has to be with a proof of life. So get somebody to take the picture with the image, you know, with the image of the show behind you, so we know that you're not watching the show. You're not watching a football game.
That's a pretty
or
good image
baseball game.
behind you.
Right? And that, look at Dusty Rhodes. He's giving
Russell
Malenko the
Slater.
bionic elbow. Send that photo in. If you win, we're coming to your house, buddy. We're coming to your house. We're bringing snacks. We're going to watch the show, the replay, the following Tuesday. So, hey, I'd love to see myself on a 55-inch TV. I won't lie to you.
We need to go to his house.
Happy birthday, Tanya.
Happy birthday, Tanya. We love
Happy
you.
birthday.
Have fun.
Lucky number 112, please.
12, lucky number 12.
Okay.
Buddy, you're
luck.
the best, man. Thanks so much. It's been a long time since we heard your voice, and we appreciate you
Thanks,
calling.
buddy.
All right, good luck to you guys.
Thank you,
Thank
bud.
you.
Thank you. Another
Bye-bye.
call.
Here we
Caller,
go.
you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Hi, how are you doing?
Sound familiar?
I am
PJ.
so glad. TV for me, definitely.
TV? Okay, wait a minute. Who is this?
PJ.
TJ?
Oh, come on now.
It's PJ.
Oh, it's Juan. It's Juan Santayana.
Juan.
It's
I
Juan
didn't sound-
Santayana.
Juan, he doesn't
Ding, ding,
sound like
ding.
himself.
Oh, come on now. When he said, oh, there you go. When he said, oh, come on now. Juan Santayana
You
loving us on
don't
TV.
sound like yourself.
Oh,
sound
I
different.
love it. I love it. I'm having a
Now
lot
I
of
hear
fun.
There he is.
Yeah.
How, we looking okay?
You guys look wonderful.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Thank you so
how are
much.
you?
It's very encouraging to hear you say that, man. We appreciate you, Juan, Amy, the whole crew over there at Amarillo Sandwiches and More for always supporting us. You guys,
Absolutely.
we come in there with a request. You hardly
Right.
ever deny anybody, and you never deny us.
And great food.
Well, you know, when we opened our doors, it wasn't just about us. It was out to help our community, to be part of the community.
It's
That's
very
what we
obvious.
had in mind, and that's what we have done.
Yes.
Well,
And that's what you're doing.
Kingmakers, you are at Amarillo Sandwiches and More because it's pretty common knowledge that if you're running for public office here in this city and you don't go to Amarillo Sandwiches and More,
You're in trouble.
To experience that thing there, you're not going to get elected. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Juanito, what's your favorite number, Baba?
77.
77.
Sunset Strip. The
Ba-dum,
problem
bum.
is,
we don't
even
have
though it's 77, and we should have clarified, forgive me, we only have 1 to 75, so.
I know 75 was taken.
No, 75
No,
is not
it's
taken.
not.
You want
71.
75, Papa. Take 75.
There you go. I thought we
Okay.
were taking it already.
No.
Let's go with 75.
The
Okay.
15-minute girl marked it wrong, but she got it right.
My error.
Mickey's got 71, and
I
Juan,
will
you
take
got
the blame.
75.
Okay, and now you got the number right because it was showing 877 instead of 977. It's
And Jeff
right
is
now.
giving us a big thumbs up from the booth because he's got it like that. He's on his game.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank
Juan.
you.
And, you know, I feel so special being part of the show because the show becomes 2 years on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Un
how
beso.
wonderful.
Un
Oh,
beso.
man.
Thank you, brother.
I mean, and we've been with you guys from day one.
Yes, you
And,
have.
Yes.
You have.
So, hey, I just don't want it twice a week. I would love to have 5 times a week.
We'll go to work on that, man. We'll see what we can do.
Love
Juan.
you guys. God
Love
bless
you
Have a
too,
Thanks
great
for being
day.
You
there.
as well,
Thank
Juan.
you.
Happy Easter weekend. Thank you.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Easter.
Bye-bye.
I just love
Oh,
him.
I get goosebumps. Look,
He's
look,
awesome.
look. Go ahead, Stevie. Do
Let's
what you
do that. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, it's Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Johnny
Sinchet.
Johnny Sinchet.
Hey.
Johnny.
What's going on?
There's our Johnny Sinchet. Hi, Johnny. You know, everybody's coming back, man. Everybody's calling tonight that we haven't heard from in so long. What? This is.
Now, Johnny, we heard that you're watching this from having popcorn and cafe con leche from your living room. Is that right?
What's up with that, John?
I'm drunk on Cafe con Leche.
Because you're putting Kahlua in there, Poppy. That's what it is.
You got it, brother.
Oh, that's wonderful. Listen, I guess I'll ask you, but we probably know the answer. It's probably internet because you're over there on the Seminole St. Pete side of things, correct?
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? I actually vote for TV because I know that most of the folks out there would prefer to watch it on TV.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I say go for the TV.
All
Yes,
right,
they do.
we got you down for TV. You know what? You're not going to get an argument from us. We feel you, we hear you, and do you have a lucky number?
Yeah, number 5 for season 5.
Number.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Johnny, you don't
Perfect.
miss a beat. Now
I
listen,
know.
we would be remiss
We'd be remiss.
for the second time on the show.
Exactly.
Tell everybody what you're going to tell everybody about Johnny. What we got
Oh,
coming
I
up
can't wait.
Well, we're going to be with Johnny next Saturday,
next Saturday.
the 14th.
Oh, that's right.
And how about that, Johnny? We're excited.
You want to tell everybody about
Yeah,
that?
go ahead, Johnny. You do that.
Oh, sure. I'll give everybody a plug.
There we go.
Perfect.
It's on Saturday, April 14th. That is the Historic Homes Workshop in Seminole Heights. And it's going to be at the Seminole Heights United Methodist Church, which is on the corner of Central and Hannah Avenue. And, of course, that whole neighborhood is my old stomping ground. That's
Absolutely.
Oh,
That's right.
perfect.
And it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and I will be joining you guys. I'll be there from probably 12 noon to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
And I'm going to have a preview of my new book to share with everybody.
Can't wait till
Can't
that
wait
comes
to
out.
see that.
Yeah, we
All
can't wait
those
to see
pictures
that.
of
We can't wait to have you
inside the
back.
stores.
Yep, we can't
Yeah.
wait to have you back on the show. So when the book comes out, you want to make sure to book with us so we can be one of the first to let everybody know all about your book and where they can find it.
Absolutely. We certainly will, you guys. I just want to say congratulations. You guys are doing a remarkable job. I know that everybody is talking about you guys. We're so proud of you. Everybody who works in historic preservation is very, very proud of your work. I want you to
Thank
know
you,
that.
Oh, that's good to hear, Johnny.
That's very rewarding.
That's
we do
nice.
this with
Very
a lot
nice.
of love in our
Yeah.
heart. We come at you each and every week, and we will continue to do so because really and truthfully, what else are we going to do on Thursday night?
Well.
Thank you, John. We love you. Thank you. Thank you
Oh,
for.
did we get his Belita number?
Oh,
we got
yep.
You guys.
That's right. I got it.
Five
I
for
got
the
it.
fifth season.
I'm not
Good
here
luck,
yet.
Guys,
I'll be better
Hey,
next
we're just
week,
getting
I
back
promise.
into the groove
That's
here,
right.
man. We're knocking stuff off the table.
Everything's a little
we're
different.
behind a
Your
little bit in
phone's
our
ringing.
time. The phones are ringing off
We'll
the
get
hook,
it
but
together.
we're so happy to have everybody calling back. So
See you Saturday, Johnny.
thank you, Johnny. We'll see you
Thank
Saturday.
you.
beautiful. And happy Easter.
Happy
Happy
Easter.
Easter.
Thank
Easter to
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. How funny.
Before we take the next call,
Sure.
caller, we see you there.
You
Stand
have
by.
a special announcement.
Yeah, we've got to go real quick, and we're a little bit behind on our announcements.
Yes.
This is Steve. You want to take this one?
This
Want me to
is
do it or
actually,
take-
no, I'll do it. This is Tony Zapponi's?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Tony Zapponi's Tampa Trivia, brought to you by Tony Peroni of Housewife Bake Shop.
That's got a nice
That
ring to
rhymes.
it.
And I think I've got the question memorized because somebody in the staff today didn't print that out, and I should have had it here to be able to read. That somebody's me.
What
but
staff?
I do remember. I do remember the question. The question is this. And callers, if you've already called and you know the answer to this, you can call back.
Yeah.
Okay. We've already got 2 callers there waiting. You know, we should probably clear the lines real quick. And
Should we hold him off on that question for a second?
well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me take this call. We'll clear the lines. We'll give you Tony Zapponi's trivia question because there's $10 on the line here.
Yes,
Tony's going to send you a
$10
$10 gift
is
certificate.
gas.
All right, let's go. It's not much gas. Stevie, pick that line up real quick.
Caller, you're on the air. Oops.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Caller, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, caller. Turn down your TV and talk to us on the phone. Who are we talking to?
This is Mario.
Yes.
Hey, this is Kiki.
Hey, Kiki, how are you? Kiki, over at Henry Castillo, over at Castillo's Cafe. How you doing, Kiki?
It's a great show, man. I love it.
Oh, you're
Good,
watching
good.
us on the big screen.
Oh, that's
Good
awesome.
for you. Good for you. That's wonderful. Listen, there's a little bit of a delay. Don't let that throw you off, Kiki, okay? So just talk to us on the phone. Don't pay attention to that man
Yes,
on the
pay
screen.
no
because
attention.
It'll throw you off. Hey, you got a good crowd tonight?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that the show's great. I love the old things you had from Salty Flashman back there.
Look
Nice.
at that. Look at Mary Ellen.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
Mary
Mary
Ellen right
Ellen.
there.
I'm telling you, Ral.
Tell Raul that, yeah, listen, get that watch party together next week.
Oh, yeah.
Load that place up. You may just end up winning the competition, and if you do, we're all going to pack in there on Tuesday next Tuesday after, okay?
I'll tell you the best of luck. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Hey, Kiki,
Thank you.
before you go, do you have a lucky number between 1 and 75?
69.
There it is. Kiki.
Okay.
Okay, you got Frank
Fran's
Costantino
gonna
on
be
that.
mad.
'Cause That's usually her number, but we'll give it to you because you were the first one to call tonight.
Have a good one.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
you
hello
too,
to
Kiki.
everybody at Castillo's Cafe. We'll see you soon.
I'll tell you then. Okay, then.
Thank you, Kiki. All right, here comes the question of the week. This is from Tony Zapponi. On Saturdays, in the early 60s, all throughout the decade of the 60s, something happened at noon on Saturdays that if you lived close enough to where it was happening, you knew it was happening. It was rather loud, shall we say, and obvious
Yes.
that there was something taking place. That caught
But
your
everyone
attention.
knew what it
That
was.
everyone knew about. If you grew up in Tampa in the middle 60s, Saturdays at high noon,
Yeah.
you heard this. What is that we're describing? First one to call with the correct answer wins Tony Zapponi's Tampa Trivia, sponsored by.
Tony Peroni,
Tony
Housewife
Peroni.
Bake Shop.
Let's go to line number 5. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, good Sully here, and welcome to Tampa.
You
Gordon
correct.
Soley.
Gordon Soley,
That's you.
Wow.
from the grave, he saw that picture of Malenko and Dusty, and
That's what happened.
he decided to give us a call. This is, of course,
Malenko, a great competitor both in and out of the ring, I might add, and quite frankly, yes, this is Hugh from South Tampa.
this is
We
Hugh
know
Perret
it's you,
from
yeah.
South Tampa. How are you, Hugh?
Hey, Hugh.
Hi,
It is
Hugh.
wonderful to see you all on the air again.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Thank you so
Nice.
much. We
Thank
can't
you.
tell you collectively.
We missed everybody so much.
I
we
think
really
I speak
did.
for everybody when I say it feels wonderful to be back.
It is awesome. I would say definitely for me, television is much better than the internet.
Yes.
So we
Okay.
look good. We look at you. Are we
Yeah.
coming at you on Bright House or Verizon?
On Bright House,
950. The sound is clear as can be inside the studio.
Isn't it, though?
On the phone, it makes a huge difference. Those of you that have been with us before, the difference in style and where we were and where we are, even for us, absolutely clear as a bell.
It is, much better.
And no delay as far as anything goes. We hear
Yeah.
you perfectly, Gordon Soley. So did you hear my trivia question? Were you able to listen to that while I was describing it?
Try it again because I was out of the room for a second there. Too.
Oh, you were out of the room for a second? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let I'm gonna take caller line number 4.
We need his number first.
Yep. Hugh, before we let you go,
Yeah.
let me go ahead and get your Bolita number.
Okay, I'll take number 25.
Because I think you're
Okay.
going to know the answer to this, but in fairness, I'm going to see if number 4, since you didn't hear the question, I'm trying to play fair. Hugh, I'm trying to play fair. I'm going to see if 4 knows the answer, and if not, Hugh, you call right back.
Okay.
All right, partner, thank you so much for
Thanks,
being
Hugh.
there.
Nice to hear your
I mean,
voice,
Gordon.
Hugh.
Good to see you. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye, Hugh.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Little buddy,
Hi, it's Casey. Hi,
buddy.
Casey. How are you?
Hey, Casey.
I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
Hi,
Oh,
Casey.
man, everybody's calling tonight. This is great.
I
We
know.
haven't had this many calls never.
You're
We
back
feel
on
so
TV?
loved.
Because
We
we're
really
back.
do.
Wait, Casey, you said something there that was very, very poignant, and I wish that for you to
Sorry.
repeat it loudly.
Because you're back on TV.
Yay.
That gets a ring. Thanks, Case.
Hey, I got an old desktop. I still have a flip phone. I don't do the electronic stuff.
You don't do internet.
Bright House or Verizon?
It's not on TV, and I can't sit in my lounge chair and watch it. I ain't watching it.
Okay, we hear you, and we heard you, and that's wonderful to know because you validated all of our suspicions, and we're happy to be back in front of you on the big screen. And apparently, at my cousin's house, they got a 55-inch screen. So
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty kind of cool. Listen,
Number?
okay. Give us your Bolita number.
Well, it's got to be 15 in honor of the 15-minute
There
girl.
you go, baby.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
for you.
How about
That'll
that?
work, Case. And listen, did you hear the question, Tony?
Oh, come on, man. The air raid's higher.
Oh, it was too easy. It was too
Wow,
easy.
wow,
But
wow.
you listen, when he sent it to me this week and I read it, I said, we actually discussed that in an earlier episode, and maybe they remember, maybe they didn't, but I agree with you. And I mentioned this before. My abuelita, my grandmother, lived 2 blocks from where the horn went off every Saturday. And
Plant, wasn't it?
well, there was one on Gray Street, just west of Dale Mabry, in front of the Barber College there,
Okay.
behind the pizza parlor. And when it went off on Saturdays, man, and with the windows open, no air conditioning, it sounded like it was in your living room. And until you got used to it, the
Yeah.
first thing you want to do is go jump under the bed, duck and cover.
Then it just became, like, oh,
Yeah,
there it is
then
again.
then it was like, okay, it's time to eat lunch because
Yeah.
it's noon. There's the
And
horn.
Casey, I live right behind Jesuit High School, and I could hear it from there as well.
Oh, wow. Well, I was 2 blocks from Plant, and we heard it, like I said, loud and clear as a bell.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Hey, Bubba, we're gonna have a whale of a time at that event on the 22nd, are we not?
I am looking forward to it.
So are we.
Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to seeing. I haven't seen Tony Gatliff. I don't know how long.
Tonito's gonna be there.
I played Little League ball together. I can't wait to see him.
Palmacia Little
Yeah.
League's going to be in the house. Listen, there are some spaces available, so don't be shy about recruiting. If you have somebody else, we're trying to get some of our Grady classmates to go. Maybe some of your Plan High. If we can get Consuelo to go, that'd be great. Laura said she wanted to go, so do a little more recruiting for us because we got some spaces. We'd love to fill them.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, brother. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for calling, Casey.
Thanks, Casey. Good to hear from you.
Thank you, Case. All the
Well, the
best.
calls are hot and
Bye.
heavy.
Do it, buddy. Do
knew-
it. Don't waste
We
any
knew
more
this was
time.
going to happen.
That sounds familiar. Hot and heavy.
Caller,
We used to say that
you're
all
on the air.
time.
Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Marlene.
Marlene
Maceda.
Hi,
Hey,
Marlene.
how are
Family,
you?
the family's showing up tonight. La familia.
glad.
Did you
Hi,
have a
Marlene.
good birthday?
I just
Happy birthday,
got
yes.
back on, and I want to thank you again for having my dad on in December. It meant a lot to him, and
Meant a lot to us, too.
As well.
I like TV, but there's a lot of people not in Tampa.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Get on the internet, and love to see you all. So that's a hard one.
Yeah,
The good news is you actually have your options now. Recently we didn't have that option. It wasn't an option to us, but now you do. And
Right.
tell everybody because it was pretty impressive to us. And we're getting so far behind here.
Yep.
We have 2 more announcements to make, but we'll get to them. It was pretty impressive to us, to me in particular, to the staff, when you told us that the night that we had your dad on, you had family scattered literally across the globe. Tell everybody who's listening where your family saw that show from.
Well, from Spain, my family in Spain saw it, and actually friends of mine in Singapore looked at it too. So
It's incredible.
That's pretty impressive.
That's the power of internet.
That's pretty impressive. Singapore and Spain.
pretty far
and I'm going to
away.
ask our director, Jeff, if you would be so gracious, I'm going to ask you to pull up while Marlene's discussing it now, the picture number 13.
Right.
Can you pull that up for us, number 13, real quick? Thank you so much. There he is. What a great smile he had that night. You know, we talked about it before. He wasn't doing so well 48 hours before this show.
No, he wasn't.
But he
I
was
didn't think
happy
he was going
there.
to make it, but it brought him back alive, and
Yep.
he just enjoyed it. And Terry made a coffee mug of this picture right here.
Oh, wow.
How cute.
He said, "I look pretty good, don't I?"
Yes.
Great.
Oh, wow.
Look at him. I mean, the proof is right there in front of everybody. He looked absolutely amazing. That
Proud. He looked
Yeah,
very
it
proud.
made his day. He
Wow.
had a great time being on there.
And he was so gracious. He brought the
Tampa
cigars.
Football and cigars and baseball.
Yep.
You know, he loved it all, and he loved Tampa, West Tampa, Ybor, and we're going to miss him, but
Yep.
One of a kind. One of
told-
a kind.
he told
very
his
special.
story.
Everyone will miss
memories,
him.
so-
Special dear
Everyone.
man, one of a kind, Marlene. And he gave us that night, if you remember, when he walked on set, he gave us that Ybor City flag.
Yeah.
I'll cherish it. I'll keep
Yeah.
it forever.
Right, well, I'm glad.
Well, we're going to come see you soon so we can come look at some of those things you have for us.
Yeah,
and
I'd like to
We'd
see
love
all
to
of
see that
that.
DVD so we can get a copy of it. Maybe we'll
Okay.
reprise that show around the time of his birthday. And if you still have that event planned at Sweet Tomatoes, will you please let us know?
I sure will.
That'd be
We're all
great.
going.
Okay, Marlene.
Give
thank
us
you.
your number.
Oh, 19, the year he was
19.
born.
There we go,
Ah, okay.
1919. We love you, Marlene. Thank you.
Thanks,
Love you.
Marlene.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Have-
Marlene.
Congratulations.
Thank you, baby.
Bye.
You know,
Bye-bye.
I noticed the callers are really putting a lot of thought into the numbers of the Bolita drawing.
No.
5 for first season, season 5.
15 for the 15-minute
Right.
girl.
19.
We've got one more announcement that we need to make before we get to the 15-minute mark, which is rapidly coming up. And this is the 50 callers. We see you there. Stand by, please. This is the 15-minute girl special announcement,
Dun,
sponsored
dun, dun.
by South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic. South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic bringing you the 15-minute girl special announcement. Darling, do you have a special announcement?
I do have a special announcement, and the special announcement is that Mike Beluha will be appearing on the WMNF
Latino 54?
Latino 54
With?
radio show with Franco Silva, and he will be singing his song, I Remember Tampa, live.
Live on
And
Latino 54
that's at 88.5 at 3 p.m.
on Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
That's awesome.
So we're looking forward to that. We're going to be there too.
And that special announcement brought to you once again by South Tampa Chiropractic Clinic, Dr. Thomas
Who we
Aguero.
love very much.
Yep, Chief of Staff.
Speaking of Mike, though, big thanks to Mike for all he's done.
Mike is amazing.
he's-
Mike is amazing, and for those of you that know Mike out there, try to dispute me on that. The man is supremely talented. He does work above and beyond what we ask him to do. We love you, Mikey, and listen, we're going to be there for you when you get on there with Franco next week. So everybody, Wednesday, hard by your radios at 3 p.m., Franco Silva 88.5. Let's get to our caller, Stevie.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Caller?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey.
We're leaning in, anticipating.
Hey, it's Thomas Campbell. Steve, aren't you supposed to be troubleshooting tickets?
I should be right now.
Is that a
Must be
coworker?
one of
Thomas
your
is a
coworkers.
co-worker. He's actually, so you're obviously watching online because you're in New York City, right?
Tom.
Or New York.
That's right.
Wow.
How cool is that, Thomas
Very
Campbell?
nice,
Very
Tom.
good.
Thank
Is there?
you.
Tell us, is there any show like this up in New York?
Good question.
You didn't hear
Tom, are you there?
No, I don't watch public access that much. There are some music shows that I watch every once in a while on there from the live music, but no, Steve is awesome. He's awesome at work. And
thank you. Thank you.
I just had to call in.
Very good, Thomas.
Well,
We appreciate
appreciate
that.
that.
Listen, we're going to be giving some items away here in just a couple of minutes. We refer to him here on the set as Tampa Steve. We may have to start referring to him as Awesome Steve now.
Don't call me that at work though.
Or perhaps Awesome Tampa Steve. But before you go, definitely give us... He's got the delay, so he's catching the joke on the delay. Listen, give us your lucky Bolita number before we let you go.
Between 1 and
1 and
75.
75. We're going
Right.
to do a drawing here in a few minutes. We want you eligible.
Oh, okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, pick a number.
Yeah, all right.
Your number between
You
1
better
and...
be working them tickets tomorrow.
Better be working them
I'll be
tickets
working
tomorrow. I want to ask him for his number again.
Tom, give us a number from 1 to 75. You may win something.
69.
Oh, it's
Oh,
already
it's
been
already
picked.
Somebody
taken.
took it
It's already
already.
been picked.
Sorry.
Try again.
Try again.
One more.
Second? Okay. 15.
Okay.
Already been picked. Try one more
six.
time.
Did
Third
he
time's
say
a charm.
16?
15.
Oh, I thought he said 16.
Last chance.
Last chance.
One more.
8.
Which one?
Can't hear.
8.
8.
8.
8. Okay, you got it.
Tom, thanks for calling in. We're
Tom,
going to have to
thank
let you
buddy.
go.
Appreciate your call.
Have a good one.
Bye, Tom.
All right, guys, take care.
All right,
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Tom.
much. Now, before we get to the next caller real quick, go ahead and dispatch that call. Now I know what it's like when you know, they're talking on the evening shows.
Oh, with the delay.
Yeah, with the delay.
Yeah.
When they get the correspondents from Afghanistan and
odd.
they're in the theater, they're in
That's what it
the
was like.
battle, and they're talking. And there's Christiana Mampour is there, and there's like CNN, and there's like a 7-second delay. It's very awkward.
And that 3 seconds or
Yes.
4 seconds is like an eternity. Yeah.
No, well, we were
We're like
we were-
leaning into
Tom,
the
please. Tom, just listen to me, Tom. Just answer the question. Tom, thanks for calling in New
Thank
York.
you
We
very
really,
much for
really
calling
appreciate it.
in,
Look at these
Tom.
callers, hot and heavy.
Wow.
I
It's
know.
almost time for the 15-minute girl
almost
take one
to
more?
do her thing. No, let's take a couple more real quick.
Okay.
We'll get through this.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mario Steve, this is David Benito calling.
Hey, David.
Hey,
Benito.
there he
Hey,
is.
David.
Hi,
Hey.
David. How are you?
Good, good. Look,
Thank-
really, great to see you back on TV.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
And really looking forward to that event coming up in a couple weeks.
So are we.
Awesome.
We've got our tickets on the way. We're gonna. I'll put something out there so everybody knows. We'll probably have a little get together. At which point we'll distribute the tickets at that get together. If those that have purchased tickets can't make it because they have other obligations, we'll get them to you. We'll mail them to you. We'll make sure you get them in time for the game. But we're gonna have a great time. And if you've got any friends that still want to go, Davey, there's
Yeah,
still
we
room.
still have tickets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay. I'm putting up, telling people, because that's where we're having it. That's looks like a great location.
Oh, it's gonna be blast.
It's going to be
fun.
amazing.
It's
And,
gonna
and
be so
don't
much
don't put
fun.
it past the Tampa Native Show crew. If we don't end up on TV with Todd Callis, he'll probably come down there and do a little interview with us. I'm not promising, but
If my husband has anything to do with it, that will happen.
we're going to have signage. We're going to have shirts. Everybody's going to get a hat.
I'm bringing
it's
my
really going
glove.
to be a lot of fun. And if you do have a glove, you might want to bring it because, honest to goodness, we're in an area where you could get a
Foul ball
foul ball
territory.
or a line
Yeah,
drive.
you got to
so-
pay
It's
attention.
really, really close.
Yeah, you're
It
really
is
close.
really
You're really
close.
close. I mean, you can
It's
literally
ground level, though.
You can literally
We
lean
can touch the
over
players,
and
hopefully.
the bullpen, the pitchers are sitting right across right there where you can touch them.
They might not like that, though.
Davian, give us your lucky number, 1 to 75.
Going to be 23.
23 for Davian.
You
Thank
got
you.
it.
Thank you,
you,
my
Davian.
man. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you on the 22nd.
All right. Nice talking to you guys.
Thank you. Nice talking to
Bye.
you, brother. Thanks for calling.
saw him
That's
recently.
Davian Benito. I'm sorry, Jeff, say again? 10 minutes to go. That clock is a
Wow.
little bit
Should we
fast.
do
Well, let's
the-
do this caller real quick, and then we'll go to the Bolita draw.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Fran Constantino.
Hey,
Look who it is. Hey, Fran, good timing.
Great timing, as you can tell. It's just about 15 minutes till, actually a little bit beyond. So why don't we do this now? Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to do our Bolita drawing, and we'd like to ask the lady whose sponsorship is responsible for said Bolita
That's right.
drawing to introduce her very own sponsored Bolita drawing.
How did you plan that, Fran?
Take it away, Franny.
Go, Fran.
The Bolita drawing sponsored by Constantino and Company Real Estate Services and Historic Ybor City, Tampa.
I better
We
rewrite that.
love you, and that's not on La
Perfect.
Sétima Avenue, is it?
Oh, no, and we're getting close to going there.
Well, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. We roll up our sleeves. We're getting ready to go with you, so
Okay,
you
who's-
let us know.
Who's going
All right.
to
I
choose?
just got back from seeing my mom, so I saw that Kiki got 69.
Yes.
Yes, you were a
And
little
we
late.
told him that he was.
You're gonna be mad.
Yeah, that you were gonna be upset.
Since he's got the best fresh fish in town,
I
I'll
know,
let
I can't wait.
with number 70.
Nice.
You want 70?
Okay.
Yep.
You got 70. We're gonna go see Kiki pretty soon. Kiki, you hear that?
Fran, this isn't the Price is Right, you know.
All right. What are we gonna give
Sure.
away first, Mamita? Let's go ahead and pull something off that table there. You've got something there? Let's do. Let's do a Tampa Native shirt. We've got a
Okay.
couple,
Okay,
three
we got a
items.
Tampa Native
Jeff, keep us
shirt.
on time because our clock in the studio is a little bit behind.
Okay,
Tampa
Fran,
Native, get in there.
this is it. Lucky
Darling.
Bolita drawing.
Closest
Ready?
to without going over.
Okay.
Closest to without going over is the rule. Ready?
Yep.
49.
49, darling.
49, let's see.
Well, 49 is here, so it's going to be the next one, which is, are you serious?
Hugh Perrette.
Hugh
you
Perrette.
lucky man.
Hugh Perez won it all.
Congratulations.
He's won bumper stickers.
the luckiest guy.
He's won
He
CDs.
really is.
Now, put it right there next to his T-shirt.
Got it.
Get another gift, baby.
Okay, another gift, baby.
Oh, this is good. This is good. We got this from a game that we attended not too long ago.
This is a Tampa Lightning.
It's a,
Oh,
it's a
man.
Tampa Bay Lightning. It's a Ning shirt, and let's see who's on the back of this. Franny, you still with us?
I'm still here.
Hang in
Stay
there,
right
Fran.
there.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, can I pick a number?
Yes,
For
please.
me? I want to win that.
You want to win that?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
All right, here we go.
This is the next lucky winner. No cheating, Steve.
I'm not.
For this Tampa Bay Lightning shirt,
54.
54. Car 54.
Where are you?
Wow,
Well, then let's go down to the next one.
Got to be Davian Benito.
Davian
Wow.
Benito.
Three.
Davian Benito, write his name down there.
Yep.
And that will be the lightning shirt. We'll bring that to you, Davian, when we see you on the 22nd or before. Darling, pull another shirt there.
Okay.
Oh, this next one here is kind of fun.
Mark, why don't you draw
You know
this
what? I'll draw this one. We
Okay,
went recently, about 3 weeks ago. We've got some video footage that we're going to show next week on the show. South Tampa Survivors.
T-shirt.
That's our
we
sister
had a good
group
time.
down there, post 138, down in South Tampa, south of Gandy. That's Randy Perrette and Randy's
Sandy.
and
No.
help me.
Patty Crony.
Patty
Seberg.
Crony Seberg. Patty, if you're watching, forgive us.
I got it right.
This is a T-shirt commemorating that event. Pretty cool stuff. I'm picking this one?
You're picking.
All right, come on now. Let me get a big number because I got a lot of big
Yeah,
numbers
you
up
got-
there.
you got-
Franny, I'm going for your number. Maybe Kiki's. I'm not sure.
Let's hope.
Oh, wow. I think I
18.
hit this one on the money. 18?
No, 18, but we have 15,
15?
which was Casey,
Casey Powell.
Casey
Casey
Powell.
Powell wins the South Tampa
Wow.
Survivor shirt. Write that down, darling. Is there anything left on that table? There's some
My
cough-
jeans, but they're not up for bid.
There's some cough drops. Okay. Fran, we love you.
We love you,
Fran, we
We're
love
going
you.
to see you real soon, I hope.
everybody.
Thanks,
yes, we
Franny.
will, and I love you.
Love
Hey,
you
you
too.
couldn't have timed this any better.
That
I'm
was
telling
pretty
you.
cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that
amazing.
was awesome.
That was awesome. Y'all look great. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
back.
Thanks, Fran. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Guys, all
Bye-bye.
right.
I saw
Bye.
Fran at the Italian Festival Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, we
What
were
was
Great
she?
time.
She was working the beer,
She
beer
Sure
garden.
was. She was. The Peroni.
Wow, we had some good winners tonight, huh?
We did.
High numbers,
Really,
low
really
numbers,
cool.
all. Let me see. Let's make sure before we get
And
off
again,
the air.
it's the fastest hour on
Oh my
television.
gosh!
You know, I
and
can't
we're a
believe
little bit out of shape, but I think we
Yeah.
did pretty good overall.
Well, we're in shape.
On time, yeah. Our
We're just
timing.
not in shape for the show.
Jeff, give me a quick time check.
6 minutes.
6 minutes?
6.
Okay, let me turn up my little
I can't hear him anymore.
earpiece. No, I'm turning it up a little bit so I can. Okay,
can hear him.
upcoming events, Steve, and announcements. Don't let us not get off the air before we take care of
future
some of this
guests
stuff.
next week.
Yes, talk
How
about
about
that, please, sir.
Well, next week, we mentioned earlier, one of our sponsors, Cacciatore Brothers. Philip Cacciatore, my cousin, will be on the Tampa Native Show next week, next
Cool.
Thursday. Real excited. He's got some really cool pictures
Great.
of his family's store in Sicily. So that's going to
Oh,
be
wow.
really,
That'll
really
be cool.
interesting.
Another historic family, another family of significance here in Tampa's history.
Right, right.
The Cacciatore brothers. And we're going to be so happy to have Phil with us next week. Phil's got a bocce ball, I understand, court in his backyard.
You know, he built one just recently. We're going to go look at it pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to go look at
We're
it
gonna
real
see
soon because, you know, I
This-
fancy
this
myself a
weekend.
bocce ball player now. I kind of like that game.
Oh,
I've
he's-
been introduced to it recently.
And he's going to tell us about his experience at the Festa
At
Italiana.
the Festa, I don't understand he won that thing.
Yeah, and he played on his team was Vince Testaverde.
Vinny
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 Testaverde was on
Vinny
his
Testaverde?
team.
Testaverde playing
Wow.
bocce ball?
He sure was.
Pretty cool stuff.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't hear it at the top, perhaps you were driving home or you just got in front of your TV, we've got a brand new comment line dedicated especially for the show. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear perhaps some ideas you might have for future shows. If you are yourself from a family of significance in Tampa's history and you want us to know a little bit more about your story, we'd like to hear from you, especially if you have family members. We mentioned Mr. Maceda a little bit earlier. You know, those Tampa natives that are getting
Older.
on in years now,
Yeah.
that are getting into their 80s and even early 90s. Mr. Maceda was 92. We want to hear from them. You know, Steve recently
We need those stories
lost an aunt, and
before they're gone.
and you know, I'm sure that each and every day we're losing more and more of these wonderful Tampa treasures, we call them. So we'd like to hear from you. That comment line number is 813-920-2508. I'll give it to you again so you can write it down. There it is on your screen. It's 813-920-2508. Just call us, identify yourself, and let us know. Got a comment, a question, a cheer, or a jeer? We play fair here. If there's something that you don't like in particular about the set or Steve's glasses or the 50-Minute Girls microphone, nothing bad about me. Thank you so much. Just give us a call. Just give us a call. We do want to hear from you. Also, we have an email address. Steve, give them the email address.
Email address is show@tampanatives.com. That's show@tampanatives.com.
Our website is going to be up and running here very soon and fully interactive. That's Tampa Natives, plural with an S, tampanatives.show.com. And Steve's been working real hard behind the scenes to get that done. Of course, you know, he's got an IT job. That's what Tom was teasing him about, his colleague from New York.
That was cool.
But when he gets off of work and he's got some time, he certainly gets on that and works on that for us.
Yes.
Johnny Sinchet
It's
will
fun.
be seeing you next Saturday at the Seminole Heights Preservation Society is it a workshop, Steve?
Well, it is a workshop.
Yeah, it's like a workshop.
It is a workshop.
Because you have different vendors, you have different artisans that
Windows,
come in,
doors,
and they tell you how to refurbish and
Windows.
Yeah.
And, well, it's presented by Tampa Preservation Inc.,
Right.
which is it's an organization that's dedicated to the preservation of historic structures in Tampa.
That's it.
So it's not just big cigar factories or
Correct.
courthouses.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
homes
but
as well.
actual homes, yeah.
And small
Right.
buildings as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So and this is the second year that we get invited to participate.
And I get to go this year.
And we're thrilled, and we'll be there, so come see us. Now look at this picture here before we get off the air. Quick time check, Jeff? 2.5 minutes, wonderful. We can work through this. This picture was brought to you by Mr. Jim Hooper, friend of the shows. Jim was, and a winner of this contest. He was driving by because he lives in the neighborhood. That's Wright's Gourmet House, established in 1959, right there on the corner of Dale Mabry and Watrous. And Mr. Jeff Mount, a Hillsborough High graduate, classmate of Steve's, 1978,
Right.
and third generation owner of that wonderful restaurant there in South Tampa, did us a
That was great.
ginormous favor
Yeah.
and posted on his marquee that our show was debuting
couldn't believe
tonight.
that.
And we would love to have more of that.
And you know what? If you can do something like that for us,
Yeah.
it would be great. We'd love to hear from you. If you know a business, if you're a Tampa-centric business, if you have a friend that is a business and would like to be a part of our sponsor family, we'd love to do that.
Yes.
That is so. And we're going after the Pancake House. I'm just telling the Walker brothers that we're not quitting. We're going after you next.
That's a Tampa
And,
landmark.
It is a Tampa
Big
landmark.
Tampa.
We
I used
we
to
love
go
to be
there
associated,
all the time.
especially with those businesses that we remember from our youth.
The ones that are still here.
Trust me, if Mirabella Seafood was still here,
Yeah.
we'd be talking to them. If the Fronton was here, if the Pizza Parlor was here, certainly Shakey's. You know, those kinds of things. Mr. Walter Hill at the Press Box, if you're out there watching us, we'd like to talk to you as well.
Yes, we would.
That's another establishment that's been there at least 30 years. And of course, the Havana Village this week had a
Little
near
accident.
disaster.
That was something.
When a car lost control as it was speeding down Dale Mabry, illegally racing, and drove through the front of the building there.
I'm glad I wasn't sitting there having a Capitan con leche.
No, it was bad, and most of us saw that on the news. So before we leave you, we've got about a minute to
1
go.
minute.
Jeff is
Where did
telling
the hour
us.
go?
Zip.
As our dear friend and show sponsor PJ Testa says to us, this is the fastest hour on TV, and he's right.
He coined that phrase.
We sit down here, Jeff pushes the big button, here comes the show, and before you know it, we're in our last minute of air.
So many calls tonight, too.
Thank you so much
Thank
to
you.
all
That
of
was
our
wonderful.
callers.
Thanks
We
for
love
calling,
you.
Mickey.
We love you. Mickey, thanks. First time caller,
Yeah.
long time fan. And to all of you for being there with us. The Castillo brothers, Kiki, thanks for calling in. Juan Santayana, thank you for calling in as well. We just feel so fortunate to be back in front of you again. Stevie, anything to say before we go?
Without our fans and our sponsors, we wouldn't be here.
No.
So you guys are critical to us.
And
so
it
thank
would
you.
certainly not be as fruitful. We got about 10 seconds to
Yeah.
go. So before we leave you, let us say that on behalf of Steve Canella, the 15-minute girl, I'm Mario Nunez. Ready? Let's do it together. Salud and happy,
Happy
days.
days.
We love you, Tampa.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm telling you the truth. Remember, this guy, if you meet him, he'll blow your whistle. This guy knows everything, man. He'll sit there and talk to you for hours and hours and hours and not repeat himself. He'll go from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. Exactly. Until before you know it, you got a whole history out there right before you. But shit, it's just like, he's 98 years old, man. He's a walking encyclopedia. Thought about it, man. Back when we were younger, and everything seemed new. We used to have a lot of fun, yes we did, no matter what we do. Sleeping days, long summer nights, going anywhere we pleased. This love I've always called my own, a love that I've always known. The city that I call my home, the home from which I never roam. This love affair was meant to be. Oh, well, I love her and she loves me. Yes, I remember Tampa